And now I can actually go with the little whatchamacallit greeting. Hey everyone, Cabo here. And as always, today I have also decided to look cute. I actually got pretty lucky this week. Well, actually this weekend, because I'm probably gonna be streaming a little bit more if I'm not that tired from doing stuff at work and other things like that. But apparently, today was a really short day at work, so I was able to just like rest really nicely at work. And yesterday I took like a nap of like 5 hours as soon as I got back from work because I was really tired from like the start of the week. I don't sleep real well. It's my bad. Uh, but yeah, I'm now completely prepared to get back into gaming. And first off, since it's been a long while, long enough, as soon as I saw that notification to click, ah, what a loyal ghost gizmo. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, it took so long from such a long rest from playing this game that I actually ended up getting the returning thingy. But I didn't think it mattered that much because I'm not farming this account as much from like my plan of just like looking to get to catch up later on through some secret ways that are supposed to be like really nice. The one friend recommended to me. Oh god, I know I want to sneeze. But I want to yap. I don't want to sneeze. Give me a second. Okay, the sneeze is gone. All right, I wasted my time as usual. I hate when that happens. Every single most of the times that I try to sneeze, it actually just ends up going away unless I'm outside because then you can just look at the sun. But there's no sun right now because it's cloudy. Actually, it was supposed to be raining today, but it's not raining. It went from like 70 something percent of percentage or like whatever it's supposed to be called. There's two of you. Impossible. It's multiplying. Well, would you look at that? You're going to different places now. You've split up. You can now you can meme twice as much. But yeah, I was actually really excited that it was gonna be raining today because we've been having like a drought. I think that's what it's called when it's like doesn't rain. Uh, and it was supposed to be like 70 something percent to rain, and now it's like 40 something percent, and it's still like not raining. So it looks like it might actually not even rain. But the good thing, the good news is that it's Friday. Today is Friday in California, as the meme says. Which means that tomorrow I get paid. And tomorrow when I get paid, I'm definitely gonna rush over and buy my next part for my computer. Uh, but sadly, it's gonna take some time to actually come over in the same state. Maybe. Who knows? How get Risma Ris Risler Sigma. Isn't it Phantom? Phantom Tax instead of Fatum. But yeah, I'll be getting my next part, which is like the processor for my PC, and I'm really happy that I'm gonna get it. But I still need to get the motherboard in order to get it installed. But since I'm gonna be going for like an AMD processor, I'm probably not gonna be needing to upgrade my motherboard so often, like I need to do with like or like how you need to do with like an Intel processor, since they're still going with the AM5 thingies. California, Skibbity. We're pretty close. Skibbity get. And after I get that, then I can probably just keep on upgrading my PC off of that. I still need to get the parts for so I can get better at so I can upgrade the quality of my streaming. That's very important. I need like a mic. Oh right, I also I forgot to mention this before, but I'm like switching my mom is telling me to like switch my rooms because the other room is like much it's like bigger. And because this room when I was like when the house was built, they also asked for a closet to be built, and that closet takes like a lot of space from my room. And that closet is literally not mine. I have like 5 shirts and probably like 2 pants inside that closet. It's in that closet is not for me. It's for my mom to just put all her clothes in there, and it's filled to the brim. So that thing is worthless for me. So it's much better for me to actually just like swap into the other room. But my before I swap into the other room, my mom's telling me just that oh hey we need to get the AC down on that room, and then after that you need to buy like furniture for like your own room, and I need to buy like a desk, and I need to buy a new bed, and after that I can start moving over there. Yes, yes. Isn't that such like a mom thing? It's just like, well, actually, it's because I'm just such a couch potato. I'm so it's like lazy and I stay at home. I'm not like a party guy, so I always stay at home. She has bought me a bunch of like clothes, and a lot of them just go to waste because I never use them. Good thing that she actually just donates them to like charity or donates it to like people that may actually need the clothes, and they're like sort of new clothes, so it doesn't go to waste. But still, it's just like I don't use my clothes that much. Whenever I get home, I just like throw everything away, and it's just like pajama time. I have two closets in my room, and one of them has my mom's stuff, and the other has just my dad's jacket. One for your mom and one for your dad. That's pretty good. No, I only live with my mom. Actually, I only have a mom. So she actually has her own closet in her room. But then there's like this closet that's over here in my room, and she's using that. And over in the room that I'm gonna be changing to, she has like a full like plastic locker kind of thingy that she uses for all her like shoes and stuff that I bought for her recently. And it's like, of course, completely like filled out. There's like nothing left to just place something else. Just like the moment that it was built, I had to build it because of course she doesn't like to do that kind of stuff. And she filled it up, and there's still like shoes over in her room. So yeah, but yeah, I really like would like to have like my own space and have like my own actual like desk and everything like that, because the desk that I have right now, it's like a very old desk. It's like it's breaking apart. Like I any day now it just like break, and all my PC components just like go down with it. And it's also not a very nice like desk because I cannot do much with it in terms of like do stuff with like monitors and stuff like that, or like have like a good place for like my PC and things, because yeah, the spot where my CPU, not my CPU, but my PC is supposed to be placed is just like very very enclosed, so it's not good for it because it doesn't have like a good what's what call it it doesn't have good pads for ventilation. That's the word that I was looking at for. And I also have like my kitty, and yes, I'm talking about you. It's just like she was laying down over by the like hallway, and the one that I said her kitty, she just like got up and started looking at me. I am talking about you. And all her fur just like gets stuck on my PC, and it's really annoying to just like pull it out and have to like clean it up. So whenever I get a new desk, I want to have one that actually has like an easy spot where I can just keep a lookout and have my PC with like good ventilation. But that's for later. I still need to focus on finishing the insides of my PC, the innards, the guts, and that shouldn't be done. That should be done soon. On this week, I'm getting the CPU, and next week when I get paid, I should have enough to buy the motherboard, hopefully. And after that, I can just like work on the next thing. Either I can start working on furniture to move to the next room, or I can start buying some streaming components, like a phone that actually has good tracking, because I'm an Android lover, and I'm way too used to using like an Android, and I don't want to swap to like an iPhone. My mom has an iPhone, and whenever I use it, I always get lost because I've never used them. So I'd rather just like keep using what I'm comfortable with, and I'll just have like a second phone just for tracking. It's just gonna be like a very cheap XR, and I'll use that. I'll have to ask some people what good mics like they can recommend, so I can buy that and then work out from there. It's just like I'm thinking about a lot of stuff, things that I want to buy, and yeah. What else am I thinking of buying? I want to get a model. Wait, how long have I been japping? 10 minutes. Okay, I still have like 20 more minutes. I don't want to take too long for like japping food for you. Nice. What did you get? I want to get a model that looks kind of similar to this, but I want it to be more boyish. Who knows? It might even have like a gender swap kind of thingy. I think that'd be fun. Just like, oh, you buying me food? Huh? Excuse me, princess. I ain't buying no food for you. You got some in your kitchen. Go grab some. Actually, you probably have some bread over on the kitchen shelves. I think you can eat that. It's very filling bread, but maybe some peanut butter to go with it, so you actually end up full. But no, no food for you. I haven't even bought myself food. I did eat. My mom made some food, some like rice and some meat stuff and whatever, enough to like mm, enough to like fill me up or like to feel satisfied about it. Anyways, I talk too much. Bro, for some reason my mom puts the bread in the freezer. Wait, then what do you do when you wanna like eat a sandwich? Like whenever you have like bread and you want to eat a sandwich, it's like supposed to be like the easy thing to do, like when you're doing when you're making like instant noodles. So if it's in like the freezer, doesn't it just like become way too cold? Doesn't it like become ice bread? And when you take it out, you have to wait for it to thaw. I mean, I get the idea of putting your bread in your fridge on like the bottom part where it becomes a brick. It becomes a baguette. That's what it becomes. Make your own baguette. We go to map. There we go. I should probably start this before I continue like japping away. Also, I'm not sure if it's too loud on the stream, but since I got my new headset because I took like a full week break since I had my old headset, now the game sounds like pretty loud, so I'll probably have to like lower it, and I'll be checking on the audio of OBS to see if it's too low, and I might like up it from there. I want to keep my audio to be like somewhat loudish, so that people won't have to just like slide all the way over to like 100% to like hear me. And the spot where I like it to be is where most people or the average amount of like people that come to like watch the stream, they just like have to place their like volume slider to like 50% in order to be able to hear me or the game, and they can just like play around with that. Because I've had streams where I just go over to them and I have to put the volume slider to like 100% in order to be able to hear them with the headset that I have, which is kind of not nice. Because if I let it go up to like 100% and I still cannot hear them correctly, then it's gonna become difficult. Anyways, gaming. Last time, I finished the EX chapter where we got a big revelation and a little like teaser of what's gonna be going on this like chapter, where Otto is making out some sort of like plan in order to find Callan, who is his beloved one, his hero, and he wants to just revive that person to just like let her live her life, and because he feels guilty of her death. So he's going along with this plan, and the teaser shows as if the plan actually ends up succeeding, and it looks like we might be losing at the end, or maybe they're just like the devs just deciding to like tease us, the players, and make us think that Otto is gonna win. But of course, because so the Living Dead, it's something like that, something like that. Well, actually, not like zombies. It's like actually bringing that person back to life in some way that's not them being like a zombie. Like for example, this character right here, that person that I'm talking about, Otto Apocalypse. Actually, she's a clone of the person that he wanted to revive. Magic. It's kind of like my magic. Yes, you'd be correct there. She's supposed to be a clone of the person that he loves, but his idea was that by creating a clone of the person, he'd be able to bring her back to life. But later on, he found out that what he's missing is the soul of the person. If he tries to make more Callans, they're all going to be their own persona. They're not going to be the person that he knew and loved. And so the clone became Teresa, which is her own person, which is actually kind of cool. I like that idea. And we're here on like chapter what is 26, so there's like a lot of like story that has been going on throughout the game where he's well, a lot of this story has been like him planning out and like making a big old mess out of the world and out of and becoming like the villain of the heroes of the game that I'm currently playing as. And right now it's supposed to be like the moment where he just gets like his plan is prepared. Everything that he needs for his plan to just like be successful, he has it. So he just needs to well start it. And that's what it seems like this whole arc is gonna be about. And I already read this. And yeah, I think I'm gonna be lowering the volume just a little bit. Maybe to like 50, say. Just to Five Nights at Freddy and stuff in the body in the animatronics. Well, it was something like that. If I remember correctly, I watched somebody play Poppy's Playtime, and there's like something like that where they put like the souls of kids inside of like the animatronics. It's something like that, except for the fact that he doesn't have like a proper way to gain the soul of the person that he's trying to put inside of that body, and that's like the difficulty. That's what he's finding difficult in his like experiment or in his like objective to like revive this person. Kiana, our protagonist for the game.
Konnichiwa, Kiana. Ah, Teresa. 公の場では学園長と呼んだ方がいいよね。
She used to be like a character that was just very happy-go-lucky, and she ended up, well, her life got completely turned around, and a lot of like hell was brought into her life because of Otto, and things happening on his like plan and experiments to bring Kalin back. And throughout like the game, she has become a little bit more mellow, which is kind of nice because it's like she has had like her own character development and she has grown like as like an adult. She matured. That's the word that I was looking for. She matured into like a more righteous, calm person and more thoughtful. And before she was like a really nice girl, but she was like very, very energetic, very like happy-go-lucky. Like if there was like an enemy, it's just like, leave them to me. I'll take them down. Well, now she's just like way more like responsible. And yeah.
学園長もデッキの風景を見に来たの？ええ、そういうところかしら。何せ、これからあの人と向き合うんだもの。デッキで散歩しながら気持ちの整理をして、みんなと話をしたかったの。もしくは、一人で過去のことを思い返してみるとか。
I need MatPat for this? Who's MatPat? Tell me. Give me this MatPat lore.
ほら、ちょっと空気を重くしたかしら。そんなことないよ。そうだ。そういえば、学園長はヨーロッパの地理に詳しいんだよね。遠いところにあるあの雪山は、例のアルプス山脈かな。
Alright, we're apparently going to like Europe. We've always been in like the Americas in the game. The man who sold the Five Nights at Freddy lore? Oh, I think the name was familiar to me, MatPat. Mostly because there's like memes of the person that suddenly just like show up every now and then. But that's about it.
ええ、そうね。これから向かう天命の旧本部は、その東側の死脈にあるの。
He retired? Isn't he a content creator? How do you retire from content creator like that fast? Well, I guess it's because of Five Nights at Freddy and his like crazy videos. He probably gained a lot of money off of it and then retired. But it's kind of crazy. I've never thought of a person being like a content creator and then retiring. I don't think I've seen that yet. Except when they like, you know, pass out. Like I remember, for example, I don't know if he was on YouTube for 10 years. There's people that have been on like YouTube or like Twitch for over 10 years and they're still going. Cole Cornish, for example. That's a person that I actually, well, used to watch because he's like, he starts streaming early in the morning and I'm at work, so yeah, it's kind of impossible.
冬島がまだなかった頃、この航路は結構賑やかだったわ。当時はバルキリーだけじゃなくて、 御三家の様々な貿易相手もいてね。
Trading partners of the three houses. If I remember correctly, those are House Apocalypse, House Shiksan? No, House Apocalypse, House Kasrana. What's Kiana's mother's house? I can't remember.
そういえば、律者コアで見た記憶では、パパはこの辺りで飛行機を操縦していて、彼女もいた。
Shadiak! There we go.
あの時、私たちは3人で戦闘機に乗ってて、その後、2007年頃まで、旧本部には、まだいくつか研究施設があって、K シリーズのクローン実験装置もあった。
Alright, I was talking about her being a clone, but she's also like a clone. Well, not like a clone, she's literally a clone of another person. And at one point in time when they were like, when she was like small, her father goes on YouTube for 14 years, so it's actually like a little bit longer. 13, yeah. That's a really long time.
キアナ、あなた、その時のことを覚えているの？
No, she does, probably from seeing the memories from Syrian when they were in the core.
厳密に言うと、最近、律者コアの中に残されていた記憶を見た、かな。
Oh, also, I guess I should be giving you like a really quick warning, Ghost. This game can get kinda depressing. So if you're not like into that, or if you're just like very easily depressed, or if you got like some problems, this might not be a good game to like watch. Also, I cry a lot. I've cried so much with this game. So if you cannot deal with like ugly crying, because I cry terribly. Just a little bit of a warning. Usually the crying ends up happening later in the story. I'd be fine. That's good. This is a pretty good game. So seeing more people like watch it and maybe even like it, I think that's a pretty big win. But yeah, usually the sad parts end up happening at the end of the arc. And by arc I mean like there's a couple of chapters that encompass like a story for this game, and at the end of it there's like all this like the conclusion, and they have like a super cool like animation where it's like most of the times it's like really like either sad, or you just end up going like for sad crying. And the last one, for the last arc, it was actually happy crying, because it was like the arc where she got like a big character development, and she like matured a lot. She became like a completely new person. And a lot of things that ended up happening like early in the game got like their own like conclusion. And there's like a character that's like gone early in the game, and you get to like say goodbye to that person, and it's just like, it's painful, man. It's harsh. It was harsh in my heart. I was like crying for like 20 minutes on like a single scene. So yeah, it can hit hard. I'm a pretty big crybaby. All right, so maybe some people don't cry that much in like games, but I take hits. I take hits and they hit hard.
9歳の頃、何もわからない状態だったし、何があったのかもよく理解できなかった。
I'm about to say skibidi-ish, and a part like that happens. Maybe it'll help me get a better mood.
あの頃は、
Not be so sad.
パパが私を
The skibidi
悪い
tears.
人たちから救い出してくれたことしか覚えてなくて、自分がパパの本当の娘じゃないってことも知らずに、今のあなたは紛れもなく彼の娘、キアナ・カスラナよ。済んだことは過去にしましょう。それもパパの願いだったのかもしれない。あの人の名前を私に継がせるという形で、彼女が残した優しさを忘れないように。
I just realized how famous Man of the Pad was. Yeah, I mean, if I ended up hearing about him and I have like zero connections to Five Nights at Freddy, then I mean, even if you don't know about him, you may have heard about him. He had 10 million subs on each 4 of his challenge and 10 billion views. Yeah, I'm not surprised with how popular Five Nights at Freddy is.
当時の私は彼女と瓜二つだった。オットーは律者の容器を作るために彼女の遺伝子を盗んで私というクローンを作り出したから。
Mm. Didn't just do Five Nights at Freddy, but it wasn't like Five Nights at Freddy the thing that actually propelled him to like become really popular content creator.
なのに彼女は私に怒りをぶつけるどころか私を本当の妹として扱ってくれた。
Mm.
彼女はパパと一緒に私を重い枷から解放してくれただけじゃない。私を守るために。
Right. So the person that she is based off of, because she's a clone, was actually there when she was saved from the clutches of Otto, the villain, and she's an accident happened while they were in like a flying vessel, and the real Kiana was just like completely lost. She's just disappeared. She's not confirmed gone. She's not confirmed dead, but yeah, nobody knows about what might have happened to her because it's been like 15 years, maybe even more, since she was last seen.
ええ、わかってるわ。あの事件の後、おじいさまは私を騙した。あなたの姉は本部で治療を受けてるって。知ってるよ。でも、律者コアの記憶によると、彼女はおそらく、この世にいないと思う。
Yeah, this is like the idea currently, but here's the thing with anime and this type of like games. It's just like if they don't die in a cutscene, and if you don't find a body, then there's a high chance, or there's like a very least a chance that there something else might have happened to them, and they'll be found later. It's a rule for anime and anime games. The two of them fell silent for a while. From Kina's perspective, if it wasn't for that accident when they were escaping that year, she might still be wondering, but maybe she wouldn't be alone. They skipped on, yes. And Teresa knew that Siegfried's whereabouts had been unclear ever since World Serpent had raided Anti-Entropy's base in Alamogordo, New Mexico.
あの人とケリをつけなければならないことがありすぎるわ。けど今は、支配の律者の事件に、本当の意味で終止符を打つことの方が、もっと重要だと思う。うん。わかってるよ、学園長。ただ、この数ヶ月間、私はコアを通して過去のかけらをたくさん見た。こういう機会があったら、やっぱり状況を知ってる人と話してみたいって思ってたの。
Sweet little Kiana.
私、まだまだ未熟だね。ううん。むしろそれは成長よ、キアナ。笑顔で悲しみを隠して、 本当の意味で心を開いてくれなかったあなたより。
Like, this is what I mean when I say that I'm just such a crybaby. Even just this, her like finally not putting on like a happy face to cover up her pain and actually just like saying what she feels, it makes me so happy that I could just like cry. Because this is, she went through so much. I'm really about to cry on like the first scene that I come back and I was somebody streaming came here. Oh, well, actually, Skibidi, are you on your phone? Is that why you cannot watch like multiple streams? Usually when I do stuff like that, I at the very least put them on like a 1%, and or maybe even have them on the background. I like full volume.
大きな進歩よ。この学園長が保証するわ。そうかな。なんだか急に褒められるとちょっと恥ずかしいな。
No, you just don't feel like hearing multiple voices? I would recommend the whole putting it at 1% though. It's actually like it shows like a lot of like support to like the other streamer. Like at 1% you won't be able to hear the other person, but at the very least you still count as a viewer for them. You know what I mean? So they just don't get like a -1 on like another tab.
ハイペリオンの着陸まであと1時間くらいあるから、ここで風景を楽しみましょう。うん。ありがとう、学園長。
Ah, dear Kiana, dear Kiana. I think I'm still gonna... Where's system settings? SFX, voice acting. I'm probably gonna lower this to like 75. Maybe 70. Have anything else on 70? No. Plus my laptop's a potato. Okay, that's fair. I do understand that, because at one point in my life I also had like a very crappy laptop. Actually, I don't know if you're too young for this, but before we had like this big like, I'm sure you must have seen them somewhere, at the very least like a movie, the box monitor PCs, super old PCs. And that's what I used to have for like gaming and stuff like that for a very long time, until my mom got a laptop for herself, and then I grabbed it and I ended up using it for anything that I want to do with it, like gaming or watching videos and stuff like that. But still, the laptop wasn't really good. It was like it's like a home laptop, cheap, doesn't really have much to it, not a gamer one, so it could barely run games.
こんにちは、ふか。朝の鍛錬中だったかしら。
It hasn't been that long since I've been having like a proper PC. Actually, no, it's been a long time. It's been since high school. I like a fairly mid-high end PC, but it hasn't been too long since I've started like upgrading my PC, because I only ended up graduating from college not too long ago, because I ended up going for a long career choice.
こんにちは、学園長。今は午後でしたね。邪魔でした。
10-year-old MacBook. Yeah, it's pretty potatoey. Yeah, I think it's already sprouting from how long it's been there.
聞いてみただけだから。それに最近はずっとシミュレーション装置を使って練習していたし、こういう屋根のない場所は久しぶりでしょ。
やっぱり学園長はよく見ていますね。
Hua feels a little bit different. She feels kind of cute. She doesn't feel like the stuck-up class president that she was before, but now she's a little bit more like a normal girl, college girl, high school girl. The charger for it broke, so you had to buy a new one. I'm broke now. I feel you so much. There was a point in time where my phone also got its like charger stopped working, so I had to ask my mom if she had like an extra one, but it was like an iPhone one. I could still charge my phone using it, but it'd take like 3 hours to like full charge it, so it was pretty painful. And then I bought my new charger not too long ago, and now I'm real good.
そうですね。今行っているのは鍛錬というより 心を落ち着かせるための修行なのかもしれません。
Sort of like meditating.
学園長もご存知だと思いますが、オットー主教のことは500年前から知っています。彼の善行も悪行もこの目で見ましたし、彼の善意を受け入れ、裏切られたこともありました。それらは過ぎたことですが、やっぱり気持ちとしては複雑な部分があります。
Hitting out some spaghettios. You put the onion from last time in it. Well, we did get 3 of them the last time after close to when I was like ending the stream, so there was a spare one that you can put on, that you can use. Just don't grab the Onichan one. That one's innocent. It never attacked us. Let it be our pet. His good deeds and back can hardly spoken of together, but it makes for a confusing relationship with him.
今回ネゲントロピーが再び協力してくれたことに感謝していますが、ソルトレイク基地に残された兵力があまりにも少ないと思いませんか？今のベルトさんは断りの律者のコアを持っていませんし。
I'm gonna have to take care of it. That's fine. That's fine. I'll leave it to my cat. They can play together. They can be friends.
そうね。この前の作戦会議の後、私もそれが心配だって伝えたわ。
Surely my cat won't end up like biting it. Yes, I'm talking about you. She's always like sleeping and stuff like that. But for some reason, I just turn over to look at her, and she's just like staring me back, just giving me the stare down, the side eye. Hey, what you talking about, me boy? Yes, I'm talking about you. Lazily turning around to just look at me like, oh, shut the hell up. I love my cat.
でも、ベルトの話によると、独自に活動していた多くのネゲントロピーの執行者を招集して、ソルトレイク基地に向かわせているらしいの。
The cat's gonna think it's a ball of yarn, and then that works! They'll become friends and they'll play together. Hmm.
メイの父親の龍馬さんや、カカリア孤児院のシンマール、アラハト復元プロジェクトの AI のエイダとかね。
What's crazy is that all of these characters that are being mentioned here, they've been like missing from the story completely. Shows up in a manga. I don't think Sin Ma. Oh yeah, Sin Ma appeared in the Azure Waters manga. Ada appeared in the visual novel, and that's about it. That's the last time that we've ever seen like these characters. And now they've been mentioned. Yeah, until that onion gets unraveled.
やはり少し無理ではないかと思います。彼らは共同訓練に参加したことはないでしょうし、作戦どころではありません。防御に兵力を分散するより、限られた戦力を集中させるべきという作戦会議の結論に異論はありませんが。
I mean, yeah, that's fair. Because they do mention that they have very limited forces, so concentrating them in one location will make them stronger. But it's also very scary because the Honkai usually adapts to the strategy that humanity is having. So it's a rough one.
幸い、衛星レーダーの観測によると、天明とヨルムンガンドに出兵の痕跡はないみたいね。
何？
はい。この時点で私たちは自分たちの判断を信じるしかありません。戦術行動にはリスクがつきものですから。
Oh! From Jujutsu Kaisen.
私もメイがいる限り、ヨルムンガンドが隙を狙ってネゲントロピーを攻撃してくる確率は低いと信じてるわ。
They said it adapts? Oh, yeah, the Honkai adapts. But the Honkai is actually like a bunch of beings rather than a single one. Is Mahoraga like that? There's an enemy in One Punch Man that I think also like sort of like adapts. A little like a little like dude, like a very very weird suit from like the Monster Association. Actually, I don't even know if it has shown up on the current like season.
はい。きっとメイさんも新たな環境の中で成長したのでしょう。
Anime season,
覚悟を
not the
決めて
manga.
外に出る。本当に強いと思います。
Mm.
フカだって成長したでしょ。
学園長、私は。
あなたも長い人生のトラウマを克服しつつある。そうでしょ。本音を言うと、私は学園長としてまだまだダメね。けどあなたたちみたいな生徒がいるから、きっといつかあなたたちだけではなく、自分がこの世界に残したものに誇りを感じると私は信じてる。
She already has. By creating this school and teaching these girls how to protect themselves and saving them from the dangers of the world, she already has left a mark in this world.
学園長。
ああ、もうそんなことを口にするなんて恥ずかしいわ。はいはい、生徒の鍛錬を邪魔しないでおくわね。また後で話しましょう。
Cute.
はい。また後で。
Teddy Teddy is always cute. She's also a great character. She's the Lollibaba of the game. And if you don't know what it means, it's pretty much just a very, very old person. Like she's like supposed to be like over 40 years old, but she's like in a very, very small like body. She's like petite. That's the word that I'm looking for. She's petite.
ごきげんよう。アインシュタイン
I think that's the word that I'm looking for.
テスラ博士。
ああ。ごきげんよう。
They're also very old, by the way. Einstein and Tesla.
へえ、おはよう。ああ、もう時差って言うね。こんにちは。今日こそオットをぶん殴らないと気が済まないわ。そのおじいさまが何を企んでいるのかまだわからないけど。
Hmm.
あんたは優しすぎるのよ、テレサ。ほら、ここにいる人たちはあいつのせいでひどい目に遭った人ばかりでしょ。
That's true, but Otto is Teresa's grandpa, so familiar love.
ジョイス、リアーナ、それとヨアヒムの父親の仇もまだ取ってないのよ。
Hmm.
あ、ごめん。あんたの前でこんな話をするべきじゃなかったわね。いくらあんな奴を嫌いと言っても、あんたにとっては家族でしょ。
This is what I was mentioning. Otto has done like a lot of things. And it is no surprise that literally everyone on the ship hates him. Maybe Fuhua is the only one that doesn't like full on hate him, but yeah, he has also done some bad things to like Teresa because they are all like her students, so she has like a right to like be mad at him for the things that he has done, but he's still family. And you know how it is. You just, well, if you got a good family, you just can't really help them. And they need bug poison. What did you find in your kitchen?
ごめんなさい。
Ants?
ちょっと頭に血が上っていたわ。ううん、謝る必要はないわ。
Pincher bug. Pincher
確
bug.
かにネゲントロピーにたくさん申し訳ないことをしたもの。
What is this? Gross. I think I've seen this bug before. I think, yeah, gross. I hate bugs.
ただ、今回は。
今回、彼のパフォーマンスは必要以上に多かった。そう思っているのかい？
Hmm.
ええ、そうね。おじいさまは昔とどこか少し違う気がする。そう感じるの。
Stay in a crack under your cabinet? Ugh. The worst place that they could be. A place that you cannot reach.
確かにそうかもしれない。しかしそれでも、彼がこの世界で最も危険な人物の一人であることに変わりはないよ。
They living in your house rent free, but they'll pay with their lives once you find them.
潜んでいるあらゆる罠を僕たちは注意して避けなければならない。
ええ、覚えておくわ、博士。そういう可能性に直面したら、私は自ら前に出て、できるだけ仲裁する。
There we go. Onwards to the next couple of girls. You weren't here before, right? I don't think so. Bronia, Cele, Rosa, Lily. So remember all of them.
学園長、ちょうどいいところに。学園長の助けが必要です。
どうしたの？テレサ学園長。ブローニャお姉ちゃんがチーム分けして訓練しようって提案してくれたんですが、実力に合ったチーム分けがなかなかできなくて。
Evenly matched teams. I think. Yeah, this is like a little bit of an issue because both of these girls are actually really strong. Especially her. She's a Hersher.
補足として説明しておきますが、ロザリアがどうしてもリリアと同じチームがいいと言って聞かないので、訓練が止まってしまったのです。
So it can't be like Rosa or Lily and Cele and Rosa and Lily and Bronia for like a team, which makes things very, very difficult. So it had to be a team of like 3 and 1.
ブローニャが手加減してくれないからじゃない。ゼーレもよ。律者や精魂覚醒者にかなうわけないわ。バカロザリア。手加減したら訓練の意味がないでしょ。けど、私たちを別のチームにしてもメリットがないでしょ。共同作戦の効果がすごく下がるもの。二人とも弱すぎるだけじゃない？
That is true.
ゼーレどいて。
Skill issue.
私が
Skill issue.
稽古をつけてあげる。
Yesterday you were gaming too much on your PC, and as soon as the match ended, one of them was on your desk. I hate that. Yeah, that's terrible. I've had roaches do that. Back when I was in like in my college city, I was living on a house that was like really, really bad, and they had like a roach infestation literally in a hole that was right next to my desk. So it had happened multiple times where I was just gaming and suddenly I just see like a roach just like walk around the my desk, and I just like scream out in despair. I actually had one walk up my leg at one point. It was not a very happy experience. I really don't like bugs.
はいはい。ちゃんと手加減してあげるから。私だって外の空気を吸いたいのよ。わかった。あんまりいじめないでね。はいはい。命に関わるようなことはしないから安心しなさい。なるほどね。話を聞いて、どうして私が必要なのか、だいたい把握したわ。私に話しかけたのは、私がアリン姉妹と組んで、ブローニャとゼーレの相手をすればバランスが取れる。そういうことよね。
I would usually grab them and take it outside until one day one of them decided to pinch me, so I know as soon as I see them they get death. They had their chance. You were too nice to them, and then they decided to attack you, and then it was over, then it's war. Usually when I tried to do that, I grabbed them in a napkin. Like just like softly grab them in a napkin, because you never know when a bug is gonna bite you or do something to you. And it's scary. So yeah. Also, they're called pincher bugs for a reason, you know? Just like they pinch you. Yeah?
はい。さすが学園長です。それがブローニャの考えでした。
いいわ。着陸までまだ時間があるし、今のハイペリオンに他の用事もないしね。やったー！テレサちゃんがいれば、ウォッカガールズはヨーロッパ一のグループになれるわ。
Yeah, but that never happened until that one day. Yeah, that ungrateful pincher bug just ruined everything for the rest of the pincher bugs. So he spread water on it and killed it. You murderer.
ロザリア、これはオーディションじゃないよ。
せっかく学園長が参加してくれるのですから、急いで訓練を開始しましょう。
よろしくね、テレサ学園長。
Bro, your dog ate a spider once? Bro, dogs eat everything. They could even eat like a snake. Ouch. I'm getting beat up! Completely forgot that this is the way that she plays out. Now this deals some damage. There we go. Now that's some total damage. There we go. Easy. She's not really like a meta character. She's very, very old. Both of them, Rosa and Lily, so I completely forgot how to play them. And for like the little challenges that there are, the way that you use them is mostly as supports instead of like these DPS characters. So yeah, I kinda completely forgot everything about them. I know that she's a counter character and a support, and she's supposed to be like the DPS character that kind of just like spins it to win it.
でも確かにロザリアは成長したと思います。戦闘中に学園長のペースについていけてましたから、それ自体がすごいことです。
There was a crack in the corner of the wall, and I thought not only like a week later there was an army of ants going through it. Yes, that's exactly what happened to me. That infestation of roaches that I was talking about, it was literally just from a crack in the wall. Just the house was absolute garbage that I was living in. It had like a crack in the wall, and because I started everything, or like I started living there in like an autumn winter kind of like time period, there were no roaches. So the moment that summertime came, it was just completely filled with roaches, and it was terrible. I hated that place. Don't let it get to your head, Rosa.
少なくともぐるぐる回ってもめまいを起こさなくなりました。ちょっとひどいじゃないブローニャ。先に言っておくけど、めまいを起こさなければ一人でも負けないわ。
I put that poison jelly on the crack along with the tape. Nice. Let's hope they learn their lesson.
館内放送です。
Oh.
デッキにいる皆さん、ご注意ください。ハイペリオン号は30分後にウィーン郊外カロスタンの旧天命本部に着陸します。皆さんは直ちに館内にお戻りください。
Near Vienna.
時間が経つのは早いわね。
学園長。
I guess I finished with all the triggers, all the flags in this area.
手分けしてデッキを確認しましょう。放送に気づかなかった人がいたら、着陸時に事故が起きてしまうわ。
ええ。それに天命がどういう方法で私たちを出迎えるかわかりません。
そうね。慎重に対応するようにと、みんなにも言っておかないと。もし必要なら、他の人は顔を見せないで。先に、私とネゲントロピーの博士たちが向こうと接触するわ。
できる限り、キアナを守るためですね。
ええ。何しろ、過去のことを考えると、ある意味、この世で最もおじいさまが気にしているのは、私たちではなく、キアナだってわかるもの。
Yeah, and what she means with care is that she cares about her powers, not about her person. He wants to gain control of her powers because she's special. Oh, and whatever this was supposed to be, it's done. Oh, Hyperion has reached Colostan. This is the first time that they've actually made like a map like this. In Mexico, I was walking, there was something flying. It was a roach. I grabbed bug spray and sprayed that roach out of existence. You took it down. Area locked. Interesting for there to be like a locked area. Actually, it's already very interesting for there to be like this sort of like system of like a map. Go to map. Ships equipped. Please switch the characters to deploy. Tune up. Alright, whatever this is supposed to be, I don't have it. Hey. Not something to give trial characters. I guess I should work with a team. What's a good character to use? I cannot use the newest characters. Let's see. What would be good to use here? She's too weak to be played. She's a physical support. She's not strong. She's not strong. Support. I can probably go with something like this. And some healing. So the plan here is that I'm going to be having 2 DPS because all the other characters that are currently here are not very good. Like this ones and this 2 are also not very good characters to be using. And both of them are Herrscher characters, and Herrscher characters are like the strongest of the game. And then she's supposed to be like the she was the old elemental damage support that you needed to use with anything that had like elemental damage. And she's being given out as a trial character, so I might as well just grab her. The only thing that sucks about her is that it takes a long time to be able to use her abilities. Yeah, intermap. It reminds me of Mass Effect. Just a little animation for the landing. Story recap.
以上このオットーアポカリプスは本日をもって天命主教の座を退き組織を抜けさせてもらう。僕の後継者であり極東支部のリーダーでもあるテレサ・アポカリプスは近々主教として天命を率いることになる。
Look at this handsome man. I love this man. He's so cool and pretty.
声明の文章によると、オットーはすでに天命主教の座から退いたようだ。
It's a man and he's pretty.
そして
And he's pretty cool.
現地で支配の律者のコアを発見したから我々に回収してほしいと。
Before setting out, something went down before arriving at Colostan. Tap here to have a look. Next. Tap here to review what's happened whenever you like. Close. Alright. And well, will you look who it is? It's been a while. Well, it's been since the EX chapter. Durandal.
不朽なる刃、隊長デュランダル、主教オットー・アポカリプスの命を受け、極東支部のテレサ・アポカリプス様をお迎えに上がりました。
She's supposed to be humanity's strongest warrior against the Honkai. Like one of the strongest characters in the game.
今の状況はかなり複雑だってあなたも知っているはずだから単刀直入に聞くわね。これからおじい様に何か予定は？律者コアの手がかりはどこにあるの？
Straight to the point.
主教様は辞任の手続きで大忙しとのことです。そのため私は律者コアの影響を受けたエリアの探索に全力で協力するようにと命じられています。それから以前、主教様は支配劇場の痕跡と第二の神の鍵、旋回一条を通して虚数の木に接触したことがあり、そういうことがあったからこそ、この一帯の律者コアと共鳴したのではないかと主教様はそう推測しています。
She already pretty much let out everything that ended up happening on the EX chapter, right there.
リムルの実験室がヨルムンガンドに破壊された後、
旋回一条の一部の付帯施設はこの旧本部に移転されましたから。
待って、ちょっと待って。今なんてオットーが支配劇場の痕跡を？それいつのことよ？
The chapter, Tesla.
1ヶ月前です。
その時期だと支配の律者が倒されてからかなり時間が経っている。少なくともネゲントロピー側には支配劇場に入る方法がない。それを利用するなんてもってのほかだ。
And this is why this man is like so powerful. It's because he's very smart. So the things that he does are just like things that are out of reach for all the other characters that are supposed to be smart, like Einstein or like Tesla, who are supposed to be like big scientists, as you may have noticed from their names.
主教様でしたらその質問に答えられるかもしれませんが、あいにく今は私でも連絡が取れない状態でして、非常に気まずいことではありますが、いつもの主教様らしいといえばらしいです。
あなたたちのせいじゃないわ。おじい様はいつも無責任だったもの。特に何かを企んでる時は。
そうかもしれません。ですが主教様の協力のもと、私の中にある世界の泡を虚数の木に再接続することができました。
Right, this happened as well. So a big deal about this character here is that through like a visual novel that they had, it showed like a big story about her character growth and how she ended up becoming like a responsible person. The person that she is right now, just like very mature, very responsible. She likes to like uphold her own like justice and stuff like that. And she had like a mission to save this like world, this like what can I call it? It's supposed to be like a parallel universe kind of world, and it ended up getting like quote unquote stuck inside her because it was the only way that world could have survived. And her like objective was to just like get to this thing that's called the imaginary tree and reconnect the bubble universe, which is what they call this like parallel kind of like universes that they can enter or they can see.
その件においては彼に感謝しています。
世界の泡を虚数の木に再接続する。それは不可能に近い挑戦だ。
But it's something that he has apparently done. Either the technology or like the theory that he used in order to do this is way too far from the understanding of like Einstein, or he's lying about it. And I don't know what to believe now.
今の僕たちにはオットーの本当の目的を推測できない。彼が明らかにデュランダルさんを利用していることが分かったとしても。デュランダルさん、君は律者コアの手がかりは旧本部の周りにあると言ったね。それは一体何だい
？Skibidi totally reads Gyat.
言葉通りの意味だと時空環境の異常を指しています。そういった異常は暴走した律者コアが絡んでいる可能性があると主教様はおっしゃっていました。
Yeah, I remember they gave me like a tutorial of this like space-time anomalies where you're supposed to be able to look into like the past. You cannot interact with it, but you can look into it.
それを前提とすると、おのずと行方不明になった支配の律者のコアの可能性が一番高いと考えられます。
そんなのいくらでも辻褄を合わせられると思うけど、もちろんそれはあんたの言う時空環境の異常次第だけどね。
具体的な状況はまだ調査中ですが、今のところ手に入れた情報によると、ある歴史の時空が私たちの時空に投影されたようです。
Yeah, pretty much what I mentioned, but with more complicated words.
へえ、ある歴史の時空が私たちの時空に投影されたのね。は？
は？
待って、あんたが言ってるのはあの時空投影なの？ボス頭が研究した。
Oh, that's why he's Einstein is so surprised. She, by the way, that's why Einstein is so surprised about it, is because she has already done research on that.
あんた、自分が何を言ってるのか分かってるの？天命の S 級バルキリー。
公の場ではアインシュタイン博士と呼んでほしい。テスラ博士。しかし、デュランダルさん、テスラ博士の失態も理解できる。
Is it supposed to be like impossible? Is that why?
僕たちのいる現実では、時空を曲げるには相当な質量やエネルギーが必要になる。時空投影ならなおさらだ。
This is why maybe that's why it is thought that the Herschel core is here, because the Herschel cores have incredible amounts of energies. Energy.
通常は得意点の向こう側、量子の海や虚数の木の奥にそういう現象が発生する。つまり極めて特殊な原因がない限り、そういう現象が当たり前のように地球の表面に発生することはないんだ。しかし、もし君の言った状況が事実なら、デュランダルさん、最悪な推測だが、超空死に続いてもう一度、ここで虚数侵入が起きると考えられる。
An imaginary dimensional bleed like the one in Nagasora. I wonder if this imaginary dimensional bleed is the when May became a Herrscher for the first time, back when Kiana and May met, or what happened when May had to take the mantle of the Herrscher of Thunder, and she separated from Kiana.
虚数侵入ですか。つまり通常空間が特異点に侵食され、虚数空間と同化する現象ですが、天命では超空死のような特異点の実態は観測されていません。本当にあり得るのですか？
そんなの簡単よ。もしその特異点が例の暴走したリスチャコアだったら、その本体はまだ虚数空間の内側に留まっている可能性がある。その場合、今の状態はバランスが絶妙に保たれているとも言えるわ。数年前の安定していたように見えていた超空死みたいにね。
A few years ago. So yeah, this is probably when May became the Herrscher for the first time.
そういうバランスが少しでも傾くと、その多くは火山噴火のように急激に悪化するのよ。私ったらどうしてあのオットーの味方みたいな話をしているのよ。手元に確かな証拠もないのに。
Yeah, this game has a lot of dialogue. Tesla the car and the scientist.
とにかく、もし時空投影が事実なら、
Bring out those Cybertrucks.
僕たちはオットー司教からとんだ厄介事を押し付けられたということになる。
Yeah, this so here's the thing about this game, and probably the entire company that makes this game. They actually Wuthering Waves is pretty similar in this regard, is that they like yapping a lot. They like explaining, they like setting up the explanations and the things that are going on in like the world that they have developed themselves, created, written. So, and the way that they usually, like for example, for this game, jap, and more dialogue, yes. And the way that they're going through this game is in a similar way as a visual novel. And all you do in a visual novel is pretty much read. There's no true gameplay in terms of like a shooter gameplay or like an action game. It's just like it's a story. It's a story that you just end up reading. So the thing about this is just like when they're talking about the story, it's just like a very, very long visual novel. For example, a full chapter of the game can take like 6 hours. I think it has taken me like 6 hours or maybe even 7 hours to like complete a chapter of the game. And yeah, there's a lot of talking in those 6 hours. There's combat. There's some pretty cool combat in the game, but since I'm playing the story, they just have a bigger focus on dialogue rather than combat, because the rest of the game is actually combat with like no to barely any dialogue.
そう第二次崩壊のように
皆さんも同じ心配をしているのでしたら、先にこの時間を利用して私と共に異常現象エリアを調べに行きませんか？天命であれネゲントロピーであれ、崩壊を止めることが私たちの責務ですから。
確かにね。けどこちら側も某主教の存在のせいで困りごとが多くて手が回らない状況だってことも理解できるはずよね。
So yeah, since I'm telling you this like right now, if you're not into this like types of like games and stuff like that, if you're just gonna find them like really boring, it's just like I don't really recommend you to watch me when I'm playing this kind of games. And the issue is that I'm gonna be playing these games for a long time because I want to catch up with like all of them. I want to catch up to Wuthering Waves. I want to catch up to Honkai Impact, this game. I want to catch up to like Genshin Impact, and I know that game has a lot of dialogue because I've heard complaints about it. I want to catch up to like Honkai Star Rail, and that game apparently also has like a lot of dialogue. So yeah, it's gonna take a long time for me to catch up with all of these games. Probably months. Could take me up until like the end of the year. Monster Hunter, yes, Monster Hunter. I am, of course, thinking of playing Monster Hunter later. I want to play... I recently got Iceborne, so I want to be able to play World, Iceborne, Rise, and Sunbreak before Wilds come out. Just like solo the entire game. I've heard some people that apparently Fatalis, which is like the last... Mina, Kitty's here. I beat World and Rise. Did you beat the DLC as well?
こうしましょう、デュランダル。まずは私とあなたが状況を確認する。それで
ちょっとテレサ、さすがにそれは危険すぎるんじゃないの？
平気よ。天命の人質になるという視点から考えても、今のハイペリオンで最も適した人選になるわ。
You beat the DLC on World, but since you didn't mention Rise, I'm gonna guess that you didn't beat Sunrise. Am I correct in thinking that?
でも
なるほど、一連の事件がありましたし、テレサさんの心配も理解できます。
Alright, Kitty has now docked herself between my feet, and she's probably gonna lay down soon, and it's gonna get really hot for my feet. I'm gonna have some real sweaty feet here. Nah, I just didn't buy the DLC on Rise. Oh, really? Did you just not like Rise that much, so you didn't want to actually get the DLC for it?
では、その後の連絡作業のために、こちら側も不朽なる刃の非戦闘員をハイペリオンに残したいと思うのですが、いかがでしょうか？
公平を期するため、天命側の人質としてこちらに渡すということか。
No, they read Helmbreaker? What would that mean? Actually, well, what does that mean? Is that like... Is that an ability from a weapon?
デュランダルさんはオットーに利用されているだけだと思っていたが、彼女は誠意を見せてくれた。僕たちもしっかりと仕事をしなければ。
That was the best thing about Longsword. Is Helmbreaker the one where you gotta fill up like this spear mirror, and then you do like the long stab, and then you just like jump up in the air and then you slash? Is that Helmbreaker? I was the first time that I played World, I ended up playing the entire game with a longsword. Yes, okay. Yeah, I knew it sounded familiar.
ネゲントロピー側に異議はない。ただ、テレサさんは技術スタッフではない。情報収集の効率に関してはプロには及ばないだろう。それを補うために現場調査にはテスラ博士も連れて行ってほしい。
This is fair.
自分の身は自分で守れるようでしたら問題ありません。
So what's the reason for them getting rid of Helmbreaker? Because isn't that supposed to be just a very, very legacy ability for Longsword?
ああ、気候の操縦技術なら彼女は世界でもトップクラスだ。
You have no idea. Weird. I wonder if Wild is gonna be the same if it's not gonna have Helmbreaker. If it, I mean, because Rise didn't have it, I would think that Wilds would not have it either. But I mean, there's a chance because Rise is supposed to be like a side game, like a side Monster Hunter game, and World and Wilds are the main Monster Hunter games. Poor Tessa, she's always getting bullied.
おや、テスラ博士はハイペリオンに連絡要員として残りたいのかい？必要に応じてオットー司教との通信を担当してもらうことになるが。
And her play is that since she hates Otto, having to wait for his call would be very annoying to her, so she has no choice other than to actually leave with the mech together with Duranda and Teresa. See?
しかし、ハイペリオンにいる技術者は僕たち2人だけでね。
うん。
わかったわかった。現場に行くわよ。行けばいいんでしょ。エレサ、デュランダル、行くわよ。そんな手ばっかり使うボス頭の相手はしたくないわ。
いってらっしゃい、テスラ博士。
Right, finally, there we go. Now here's supposed to be like the freedom. I'm gonna guess it's that one. So yeah, here's the thing. This is where you're supposed to get a little bit of gameplay, but like I mentioned before, this game likes likes to give out a lot of dialogue. So the moment that I get close to those 30 meters that you see up here, I am 100% sure that we'll enter another set of dialogues. Check the town from above. Cute little small town. Like this.
Karostan については私よりもテレサさんの方が詳しいと思いますが、テスラ博士は以前こちらに来たことは。
こういう官僚主義だらけの場所に来るわけないでしょ。あ、二人のことを言ったわけじゃないのよ。気にしないで。
構いません。理解できますから。では引き続き私から基本情報を共有しましょう。
More talking.
先行調査により、この先の時空は15世紀と一部が重なっていることが分かりました。
Welcome back, Gizmo, on the YouTube.
百聞は一見にしかずです。
15th century, the 1500s. No, 1400s actually.
ゲニウスの付帯装置を使って。
Obtain ship Aegis of Faith. This is the Genius dial where you can equip ships to enhance its capacity. Okay, tutorial time. And this is where this comes into play. Tap blank squares to check available ships. Tap a known ship to equip. Valkyries take 20% less damage. Tap an equipped ship again to remove it. Please note that every ship costs load, and when load maxes, no more ships can be equipped. So I can only equip one more ship since this is supposed to be a 30 energy ship. Does this work? Is it equipped? I hope it is. Summon the elevator. Come down the elevator. Tap here to leap over obstacles. I guess they want me to use the keyboard and mouse? Or not? Alright, so I guess I can show off the combat in this game now. It's pretty much that you have like a squad, you have like supports and stuff like that, and they all have like their own unique like powers, and they're all pretty strong because they didn't even last 5 seconds against me. The safety has no rail on the elevator? Who cares? This is an old town. As who needs safety? All these young guns wanting safety in all of their facilities. Back in my day, there were like no rails on any elevators. Fighting and exploring rewards ether energy. Consume ether energy to charge the device or switch space-time. Besides, this has other uses to be discovered. Okay, I see. Another system. Now what is this? Oh wait, I know this.
時空が投影され、重なったエリアでは、こうして古い時代の情報のかけらを受け取ることがあります。かけらは小さい実物だったり、断片的な声だったり、感情の反射という場合もあるかもしれません。
Yeah, this is the thing that they actually mentioned before, and these are the will-o-wisp that give off like the dialogue. More dialogue, I know.
ご自分で確認してみてください。
I'll say it for you before you actually end up saying it. More dialogue. It feels as if you are running down an alley. You are desperate, but you are unable to make a sound. You feel peculiar stabbing pains throughout your body, and then the series of sensations vanish. Okay. You feel that your limbs have been tied to something. Your head is spinning, and you can only sense that you are lying down. You feel something cold touch your abdomen. You sense that you are bleeding, but you don't feel any pain. The dizziness gets more intense, and then suddenly disappears. And now there's an enemy. Yeah, this is the gist of the combat. And then there's this. Cool animations as finishers. Both seemed like experiences of like death. Somebody getting chased down the alleyway after being like stabbed, from what it looked like, and the other one was probably some sort of like hostage situation where you get stabbed again. You know, like the cold feeling against your like chest. That's usually how they describe when somebody gets like stabbed in like books, stuff like that. It's just like, oh, the sharp pain coming from the sharp cold blade kind of thing.
それは置いておいて、ここの新食堂を見る限り、私が予想していた最悪な状況には陥っていないようね。よかったわ。少なくとも建物が空中にあったり、大昔の死人たちが大量に出てきていたりはしないもの。
No crazy stories.
少し待ってて。ここの新食堂を元にプログラムを実行して、異常源を検出してみる。
That was fast. It's expected of Tesla. The doctor with the twin red ponytails pulled out a security camera from the Titan she drove, and her fingers flew over the keyboard. Countless commands rolled across the screen at an equally frantic rate. Finally, an image from the security camera appeared.
よし。信号強度の分布は規則的なようね。あの辺はどういう場所なの？
カロスタン町の中心、アイリス広場です。
広場ね。わかった。その広場に行ってみましょう。
99.7%. That's high.
役に立つ手がかりを発見できると思うわ。そういえば、あんたたちは 99.7% の意味を分かってる？それは、 標準偏差の3倍。テスラ博士、あなたの判断を信じてるわ。
I knew somebody was gonna be like, shut the hell up. She was about to start japping about science.
はいはい。バルキリーは数学の話が苦手なのね。わかったわ。
Oh, wait. Huh. So it does happen to me too. How many Teslas are there? Enough to feel like a warehouse of vehicles. So I'm gonna guess that I cannot pass through this. Yep. I cannot break that. Treasure chest with a classic pressure plate. Alright, so that's a pressure plate. They got something new though. 50. Guess I'll just take this. 25 attack is pretty good. What are you? Collect energy. So it's just a way to recharge whatever the hell that thing is. They mentioned it, but I already forgot what it was. What are you? I don't know. Ow. There we go. Easy combat. Activate portal. West block portal activated. So that's a portal. Okay. They're marked on the map, so it should be easy to tell what they're. Viola.
どうしたのでしょうか。誰かが助けを呼んでいるようですね。
Seems so.
急いで確認しましょう。
Huh.
やっぱり地面に足がついてる方が安心だね。
In the first 12 seconds of battle, Valkyrie deal 45% bonus total damage. That could be really good. Oh. Maybe I should use that instead. It's at 31, so maybe I can do this. And it's way more value. Oh, looks like I can attack it. So it's like open world. It looks like open world, and it acts like open world. Oh, I forgot to use my weapon attack. Easy. Otto. It wasn't long ago the last time that I actually ended up seeing Otto. And another thing, core skill level up from 0 to 1. Obtain core skill Bernoulli Impact. This is core skill Bernoulli Impact. You can shatter rocks or knock enemies back. Please note casting core skills costs ether energy. In addition, you can also check available core skills in the Genius style. Okay. Oh, and just activated. Oh, and it's activated again. Here's like a little issue that I have with my controller is that my controller is really old, so it sometimes does things by itself or breaks. Like for example, sometimes I can't actually attack because my circle button isn't working. So yeah, things can get kind of difficult if I get unlucky. So stick drift. Well, I don't really. Okay, actually, I do have a little bit of like stick drift, but this is more like a bumper drift. Maybe that's what I could actually end up calling it. And I can probably use the impact thingy to destroy this. Let's try it out. I know this thing gives me energy. Yep, deactivate laser. And if I remember correctly, there's another one over here. So it's just Kiana. And I just used it. Gosh darn it. Alright, I grab that and then I start rushing away. I only got 100, so I can only use it once. Perfect. Deactivate laser. Yep. I'll come back here later. I kind of want to get going with like the story because I don't have much time to actually play. So if I start getting distracted a lot, then I'm not going to be able to get much done, especially because there's a lot of dialogue in this game, like I mentioned. So it's a lot of talking. And it's like every chapter is like 6 hours long, so yeah, it's tough to complete it. Alright, I was going to mention. Now this is weird. This is supposed to be Otto Apocalypse. The man that we're looking for, the man that's evil, the man that is currently like the villain of the game. But the last time that we saw him, he wasn't wearing these clothes. These are like his classic clothes. Or someone, I think these are his classic clothes that he was using on the chapters before this. But now he's back to wearing classic clothes. For some reason, he's not getting called Otto, he's getting called blonde-haired man, and apparently he doesn't know us. He doesn't know who we are. Yes, my same reaction. Lord! Yes, and I'll continue being Lord for a long while. In the Colossian town center, the three investigators of the space-time anomaly came upon a familiar yet strange figure. Right now, they still aren't aware. We aren't aware. We're missing critical information. What kind of impact this little disturbance will have on the world in the future? War unlocked in recollection. Genius load increased from 60 to 120. Oh, what? Chapter 26 cleared? I finished chapter 26? Huh? Valkyrie is still 20% more bonus elemental damage. That's probably really good for me right now. Let's try it out. Screw the damage. I can grab this. And elemental damage. And I think that's better than anything else that I might end up like putting on my genius. Because the other ones will take 20% less total damage, but I'm not supposed to get hit. You don't need to take less total damage if you ain't getting hit. And the other one is still more physical damage, but all the characters that I have currently deal only elemental damage. Is this really the end of chapter 26? Chapter 26, Mysteries. He's indeed Otto, only he comes from like Chicxul's Civil War period. Oh! I see. Talk to Otto. It also told me that I unlocked something. On recollections. Why are you all the way over here now? Let me open this treasure chest first. Any other treasure chests that might be nearby? Nope. Alright, Otto, what do you got? What you got, fam? Otto question mark.
つまりここは西暦2017年。君たちも西暦2017年の人物で僕のことを知っていると。
そうでなければおじいさまなんて呼ばないわ。
しかしそれが本当の話だとしたら僕はどうやって500年以上も生きているのだろ
う。Good question.
あなたは自身のために機械の擬態を作ったのです。
Actually, it's kind of like a bigger deal than giving himself like mechanical prosthetics, because apparently he casts like his consciousness in like some sort of like cloud system, And he can go between bodies of his like own making and use them.
マルウェアを使って人の体を盗むなんてこともしたのよ。とにかく私はあんたを信用しない。
And this is what happened in the visual novel.
あんたが15世紀の人間だということを証明しない限りね。
How are you supposed to even prove this?
あんたの存在は異常よ。この周りにある他の時空を見てみなさい。あんたみたいに生きている人間なんていないわ。
確かに君たちに警戒される理由を否定することはできないが、どうやら未来の僕は君たちに嫌われるようなことをたくさんしたようだ。
He is correct.
嫌いなんて可愛いものじゃないわ。あんたはね。まあいい。あんたが本当に15世紀から来たもう一人のあいつなら、今ぶん殴っても意味がないもの。パラレルワールドの未来に干渉する余裕はないわ。
Good Tesla. She actually controls herself. She's very, very like explosive with her emotions.
パラレルワールド？一理ある。少なくともタイムパラドックスは生じないな。
ええ。哲学の基本常識とも言えるわね。待って、そんな話をしている場合じゃないわ。テレサ、デュランダル、こいつをどうすればいいと思う？ 500 年前に戻すとか？でも、博士が言ったように、おじいさま本人の可能性もあるわね。
Also, the idea of helping someone return to 500 years ago is a little bit crazy, especially because we don't know why he's here 500 years in the future.
私には彼がとぼけているようには見えません。もちろんハイペリオンに連れ戻し調査することについても反対しませんが、ただ私個人としては今の最優先事項はこの異常空間の調査だと思います。
ええ、一理あるわね。けどやっぱりそういう可能性は排除しておいた方がいいと思う。もしこいつが次元爆弾みたいなものだったら。
How we're supposed to do that, Tesla? Please do tell us, explain to us, yap to us.
未来の僕は君にとって恐れるべき相手のようだね。
Yeah. He does a lot of things.
余計なお世話よ。
He does a little bit of trolling.
あんたみたいな気色悪い顔をしたやつがどんなひどいことをしたか分かってる？その罪を数えてあげましょうか？
And it's a very long list. And the list goes on and it continues to grow.
テスラ博士、落ち着いてください。主教様はあなたたちに申し訳ないことをたくさんしてきました。それは承知しています。ですが今は過去の出来事よりも優先すべきことがあります。
つまりこの混乱した時間自体のことだね。君たちにとって僕はよく知っていて全く知らない人で、わけもわからずに急に現れたと。
Indeed. Someone familiar yet strange to you. He is indeed Otto Apocalypse, but he's supposed to be Otto Apocalypse from 500 years ago, so he's strange. And he doesn't know any of them either, so it's just like, it's a very weird and tough situation.
しかし僕にとってもそれは一瞬の出来事だ。大きな戦いが終わって戦場が異様だと感じたら周りの人々が消えていたのだから。
As soon as the battle ended, the battlefield transformed and the people vanished without a trace.
戦場？
ああ、僕たちはついさっきここで天命本部の主力主教親衛隊を殲滅したんだ。
Oh, and this is probably from the thing that I read from like the mission objective quest thingy, where this is supposed to be Otto from Civil War era.
待って、ちょっと待って。あんた、オットーアポカリプスがここで天命本部の主力を殲滅？あんた、その時間から来たの？
Oh, I didn't know that you mentioned it's been already an hour and 3 minutes. Has it been an hour and 3 minutes? It's been more than an hour and 3 minutes. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. Upon hearing this, the man claiming to be Otto muttered to himself for several seconds.
その通りだが、つまり僕たちの歴史が極めて似ているということかな。
確かに1491年にそういった戦争がありました。当時まだ天命主教ではなかったオットー様が革命軍を率い、ここで天命本部の主力を撃破したのです。
当時のおじい様は天命主教の正統継承者だったけど、思わぬ出来事のせいでその姉と甥に権力を奪われた。
Yes, and they did a lot of really bad things. If I remember correctly, his sister was a Shadiak, and playing a lot of like bad stuff. I think there was a bit of story about it on Fuhua's arc, but I can't quite remember what it was about.
その二人の恐怖政治は十数年もの間、
More than 10 years.
受けたおじい様が彼らを打ち倒すまで続いていたわ。
And he became like the rightful owner of the what would it be called? The dynasty? I don't think it'd be called the dynasty of the kingdom. Maybe.
率直な感想だけど、あいつのような人間がどうして民衆の支持を得られたのか想像できないわ。巧妙な騙しの手口でも使ったんじゃないの？
確かに僕個人の実力というより、みんなは僕を信仰のシンボルにしたかったのだろうね。そう。みんなは僕がいたからではなく、聖女の神話があったから一致団結したんだ。
聖女の神話？天命の聖女。それってカレン・カスラナのこと？
I think this was mentioned on after he was done with like the final battle.
当然さ。カレン以外は言いやしないよ。僕の知っている世界には二人目の聖女は存在していない。カレン。
This is it.
彼女は僕のせいで死んでしまった。その罪に耐えきれなかった僕は、何の意味もなさない現実逃避ばかりしていた。
Well, I think I should mention this right now, but I'm only going to be streaming probably for another like 40 to 45 minutes. Because someone else is going to be streaming at like 5, and I want to support this person, so I kind of want to be there, kind of thing. Yeah, and also my mom is going to be coming back, and I don't really want to stream when my family is here, for reasons.
あの頃の僕には彼女がいない世界と向き合うことはできなかったし、したくなかったんだ。僕はベネツィア人が墓地にしていた島に逃げ、そこで神父の名義を使い、特殊な孤児を引き取る修道院を開いた。これでも一応貴族の端くれだからね。落ちぶれた暮らしの中でも好きなようにすることができた。しかし、天命の地下にいる民衆たちは、自分たちの暮らしに失望したとしても、耐えるしかなかったんだ。その暮らしから逃げられない人が多いせいか、聖女は一つの信仰として民衆の中に広まっていったんだ。
I mean, apparently the state of the kingdom when his sister and nephew took over the entire area, or the entire like European area, was really, really bad. It was like super, super corrupt, and there was a bunch of like the nobility just had control of absolutely everything. It was just like absolutely terrible, and things were already starting to be bad on the last years of his father's like reign.
信仰ですか？
ああ。カレンはこの世界で唯一の聖女で、カレンの死があらゆる罪を持った人々の罪をあがなっていると彼らはそう信じている。
This sounds familiar. It sounds very familiar. Kalen's death would atone for the sins of all living beings. A single holy maid in the world.
彼らは聖女に関するあらゆる人物や事件を崇拝し、それらを魂の拠り所として天命の恐怖統治に抗っていた。
Also, the company that made this game is from China, and they're Chinese, so that's why it would be a surprise, or like it wouldn't be much of a surprise that they're talking about Europe and that they're using this as some sort of like a way to picture not to picture, you just take a little bit of inspiration from a certain religion that is very, very similar to what he's talking about, with the Holy Maid and someone's death atoning for like all the sins of all living things.
そしてあんたはそれをうまく利用したってわけ？彼らをあんたが主教の座につくための踏み台にしたっていうの？
君、なぜそういう考えが生まれるんだい？
はあ？あんたの顔を見て、どうせあんたならそうするって考えたからに決まってるでしょうが。
Yeah, except he didn't. We got like a little bit of story after he completely took over, overthrew the nephew and the sister, and he was just like he was at like the seat of the king. And he was talking about how all the things that he did them for like Callan, because Callan was like a really good person, and that's the reason why she died. She wanted to help people, but because of the state of like the nobility and things like that, it's just like it's completely destroying the life of the poor people, and she wanted to like help them by like becoming a bit of like a Robin Hood kind of person, just like steal from the rich, give to the poor. She got caught. A lot of like drama ensued. She found out that Otto was doing like some experiments that were on human people, but those experiments were needed in order to increase like the strength of the army of the kingdom, and also like get rid of some sort of like plague that was taking over Europe. So it's just like the case of having to do a little bit of evil in order to do a lot of good, kind of thing. But he never wanted the position of overseer for himself. He thought of himself as a clown for doing all the things that he did in the name of Callan, even though he was the one that he feels like he's the one that killed her in the end.
あんたはその顔でムーンライトスローンの発明者と天命最強のバルキリーを死なせ、人類のために戦った第一律者を殺した。
But these are the things that modern Otto did, not the 15th century Otto that she's currently talking to right now.
そしてあんたは第一律者の後継者の邪魔をし、第二律者を外に出し、数千万人の命を奪ったのよ。落ち着いてテスラ博士。今あなたの目の前にいるこの人は、あなたが責めている人と直接的なつながりはないのよ。そうね。あんたはあんた。あいつはあいつ。あいつは恥知らずな非道だけど、あんたもそうなるとは限らないわね。
Yeah, he wasn't like a bad person from the start. He was just a very, very weakly kid that was hated by his family until Colin Castellana came up and suddenly became his like ray of sunshine, helped him get up. Like Colin was his hero, and then all the things ended up happening, and you know, like having your hero die by your hands, or like believing that your hero died by your hands, just like it was probably really depressing for him, which is probably why he went to like the island that and created the orphanage.
悪かったわ。見た目で判断すべきじゃなかった。だけど、あんたにも知ってほしい。私たちが知っているオットー・アポカリプスという男は、様々な言葉で表現できるけど、善人という言葉だけはありえないってことをね。
Yeah, but he's done so much good as well. It's like this was like the very difficult thing about this guy. It's just like he's not a true 100% evil villain. He has done a lot of good. He has defended the world for 500 years. 500 years. And that's not something that a bad person would do. Maybe if he decided to like take reign of the entire world and go for like world domination or something of the sort, then he would be a villain. But he hasn't done anything of the sort.
いや、 礼を言うよ。
は？
その言葉のおかげで、僕は自分のことにちゃんと目を向けることができた。感謝するよ、未来の博士。僕の心の奥には、時間ですら埋められない空洞があるんだ。聖女の光を追いかけるほど、その空洞は僕の魂を深い闇に落とす。救いようがない猛毒みたいなものさ。僕という人間は人体実験に手を染め、自分を慕う仲間を殺した。確かに君たちの言ったように、果てしない闇に落ちるリスクもあるんだろう。
But for some reason, he's in the dark. He's definitely on the dark side, but he hasn't fallen into like endless darkness. It feels like there's still some rays of like light in this person. Well, in the modern Otto. Not talking about a current 15th century Otto.
僕にとって聖女のような博愛心に満ちた人になることは苦行、戒律、自分自身を束縛する行為でしかない。僕はもしこの出会いを経験した後でもまだ元の世界に戻れるのなら、僕は天命主教の第一継承権を放棄する。この内戦で僕は新天命の組織を整理し変革を行った。たとえ僕がいなくても滞りなく自走するはずさ。というより、主教がいなくても成立する天命の方が聖女本人の理想に近いだろう。
This is also like a very difficult like situation because all the things that ended up happening up to this point, maybe they indeed happened because he was like the overseer, but maybe because he was at the top of Shiksal being like the overseer, nothing that could have ended up being worse than or about the same evil as his sister and nephew never ended up taking control of it, because there's always this sort of like corruption or this sort of like on like high powered positions of like somebody is always going to try to gain it in order to do some sort of like evils for greed, to gain like power for themselves. And Otto isn't like the kind of man that has been like that kind of like greedy. He has indeed used his power to do some like evil stuff, but other than that, it's just like, I don't know. There could be worse. It could be much, much worse.
だから、継承権は僕にとって僕の心の執念と向き合うためのシンボルに過ぎない。君たちのおかげで新たな視点でそれと向き合い、全く違う結論を出すことができたよ。
異界のオットーさん、その自制の精神に感服しました。ただ、今はまだ解決しなければならない課題があるので、座ってゆっくり話すことはできません。
確かにレーダーによるとまた新たな敵が出現したわ。みんな戦闘準備を。
And I guess this is the time where we get to battle once again.
次期5行創生万物となる。
テスラ博士、こちらの
Can't even showcase anything of the combat.
空間以上はないか。
These guys are too weak. I can't do anything. I'm just too good. Let me beat them up. Let me showcase the game.
は？今あいつらを片付けたばかりなのにどうして急に？ああ、わかったわ。確かにその可能性はあるわね。やってみましょう。
Alright, I'm not smart enough to actually understand this. Linear spatial anomalies.
急に何の話？結果が出たらすぐにわかるわ。さあ、オットーはそこにいて動かないで。もしかしたらこの検査であんたを元の世界に戻せるかもしれないわ。
Alright, chapter 26 mystery starts. And there goes my energy. Thank you, controller.
どう？パラメータは調整済みよ。はい。このメガネをかけてみて。
Alright, I guess I forgot to say that another of the things that I really need to buy is another controller. But I'm thinking of buying a PS5 controller because I don't really use my PlayStation 4 anyways. Just like all the games that I already played on it are already finished. So, eh.
これは人形の糸？
へえ。
この予想外の出来事も支配の律者と関係があるの？ふふん。その点に気づけば予想外の出来事なんかじゃないわ。
I mean, it was mentioned that all of these anomalies that are happening were supposed to be like a result of the her share of dominance. So I guess it's not a surprise that this like Otto appearing here, him having like strings, it just has something to do with the her share of dominance and the missing core.
どうりで今まで律者コアを発見できなかったのね。ほら、他の時空の部外者に巻きついてるじゃない。
Yeah, something like this.
現役の天命 S 級バルキリーさんも見てみる？これはあんたの不思議な発想のおかげで発見できた手がかりよ。
はい。これは確かに報告書に書いてあった傀儡の糸と似ています。博士、もしその糸をたどれば、その先に。
Find the puppet master, which would be the Herrscher core that we are looking for.
いや、それはそう簡単じゃないの。
Guess not!
相手は私たちと違う次元にいる可能性が高いから。
Damn it!
けど安心して。あの人形たちのおかげで、今のネゲントロピーは誰よりもその手口を熟知してるわ。
We still have a choice!
とにかく、十分なデータがあれば、コアの座標を割り出すことができる。その後は空の律者の力を借りて奪えばいい。そうすれば異常空間を解決できるだけじゃなく、この迷子になったオットーも元の時代に戻ることができるわ。
Whatever she's saying.
では今の僕がすべきことは？
歩き回ってなさい。違う場所で傀儡の糸を観測する必要があるから。場所と場所の間が直線距離で300メートル以上離れてることが一番望ましいわ。
As long distance.
その間、私は観測データを使って計算の精度を上げ、ハイペリオンにいるキアナに準備作業を済ませるように連絡しておく。
では私とテレサさんはその護衛を担当しましょう。共に行動すれば心配事も減りますから。
ええ。その前に今の状況をハイペリオンにいるみんなにも共有したいわ。天命側として意義はないわよね。
はい。とても理にかなっていると思います。
Right, now aboard the Hyperion.
あ、状況は把握した。それなら情報が全部一致する。
はい？情報って何の？
情報提供者本人に説明してもらおう。
Oh? And who might that be?
じゃじゃーん、サプライズ。
Hey, new character. Well, not really a new character, but this person hadn't shown up anywhere that's not the new EX chapter.
テスラ先輩、
Nagamitsu.
私のことをまだ覚えてる？エリザベス・マクスミスよ。今は天命の同僚たちに長ミスと呼ばれてるわ。
Kinda, hi! Forgive me for a second, I'm a little surprised. How are you doing? Should I call you Little Wet Noodle or should I call you Nicole? Well, I didn't expect you to, like, I don't know, like, you know, show up. I can call you Nicole, it's fine. Yeah, because I've noticed that, well, for once, everybody on, like, your stream calls you Nicole, and everybody in your Discord also calls you, like, Nicole. I don't think that, like, there's, like, the many people that call you, like, Little Wet Noodle, except people that are, like, new. So, like, you're, they're like, God, I'm so nervous. Sorry. Like, to your community. Not Nicole, but mostly Nicole. Yeah. How are you doing? What brings you here today? I guess I should ask because you're mostly, well, not mostly. You're like you have a good voice. Thank you, Nicole. I'm actually not very confident in it, so I'm very happy that you actually said complimenting it. Yeah, what like brings you here today? Because you're like normally I saw you were streaming in Discord, so I joined. Oh, I didn't know it actually showed that I was streaming on like Discord. How embarrassing. Ooh. What up? Thanks for coming by. I don't know if you noticed it, but well, I'm a second to compose myself, so I'm all flustered and stuff. It's like I often like watch like your streams, mostly like just like lurking and stuff because I'm very shy, as you can probably notice. And I haven't really gotten used to like your community and stuff like that, so I usually just like show up as a lurker. But oh god, give me another second. Yeah, I'm not much of like a League streamer. I'm a big League player, yes, but I'm like not like a League streamer, so I like didn't expect something like this, you know. I'm currently just like playing these games because I like the story, and they're like single player games and they're cute and stuff like that, and they made me cry a lot, like cry for like 30 minutes and stuff like that. But I don't know, I like watching stuff that isn't League. Really, I play League too much. Yeah, I didn't notice. Well, not too long ago, you were doing like a ranked climb, so you probably could be kind of straight up that. I haven't done rank grinds in like a very, very long time. Like back on season, when was the last time that I actually did a grind? Probably season 8. You're in queue right now for ranked. Oh my. Well, Nicole, you're pretty much a very big League addict after all. You keep playing the League every single day. Actually, question for you: is there anything else that you play that's not like League? Oh right. Oh no. Actually, I don't know if that's actually you. I was gonna ask if you also play like Final Fantasy or stuff like that. You seem like, for some reason, you seem like a person that plays Final Fantasy or an MMO. Used to play Overwatch 2 and I've started Final Fantasy. I knew it. I did see you play Final Fantasy 14 before. You played on a stream, right? Some chill like streams of Final Fantasy? Or am I thinking about someone else? There's like so many people that I sometimes end up watching and like lurking around that I just keep getting them confused. Sorry.
やっぱりそうね。まあよく考えたら先輩は多忙だから面接に遅刻して落とされた研究助手のことを覚えてるはずがないのよね。
I've also seen that you do a bunch of like community kind of thingies. I haven't ended up like joining in one of them once again because it's scary. It's just scary. But maybe one day. Maybe one day. You do movie nights, right?
別に文句じゃないわ。本当にあなたのファンなのテスラ先輩。ズングースカ大爆発万歳。
Somebody's being being very sarcastic here. You're watching Jujutsu Kaisen tomorrow. Jujutsu Kaisen. How far are you into that? I've only I watched the anime and I watched the movie. I think the first season of the anime and I watched the movie, and then I started reading the manga, and that's pretty much about it. Season 1, I think episode 10 or so. Maybe I'll give it a quick watch and then check if I can actually end up joining. It is gonna be Saturday. Saturday is a pretty nice day to be able to join for community night. We'll probably watch 5 episodes tomorrow. Oh, 5 episodes are like fingers, an hour and a half. You usually do like an hour and a half of like community night or like movie night or anime night.
で、あんた一体何者なの？
はい先輩、私のフルネームはエリザベス・長光マクスミス。
Because you have stream that night. Oh, so you actually like stream on the days that you also do the movie nights? I haven't been part of a lot of like community nights. I usually part of like I like to join in for like Charmies. And well, I don't even need to ask you if you know Charmies because I've also seen you there every now and then. Can I put you in the pronoun channel or you're too shy? I mean, Charmies is so cute. Yes, Charmies is indeed like so cute, but well, there's actually like no buts. She's just like she's a nice person. I really like that she tries to like make her stream like very friendly, which is probably why I'm like sort of like active in her chat, and I don't feel like scared. Well, I did feel scared at the start, and when I joined her like community night the first time, I never even like spoke. But yeah, also yeah, it should be fine if you put me in like promo, but no, there's like no buts. Just like if it happens, it happens. I get that that's the kind of thing. It's like how can I say this? It's just that it's not just that. I feel like I'm trying to put up too many like excuses to like my actions right now, and I'm using like because I'm using but a lot and just or like just because and stuff like that. Those kind of like words that are kind of like excuses. It's just like it's just that I remember that I tried like the idea of trying to like promote myself every now and then to like other places, but I felt kind of like I felt bad because I'm just like a very super small streamer with like no viewers kind of thing, so I felt like really shy about it. Like for example, I feel sometimes really shy to try to rate some people because it's like if somebody suddenly gets like hit by like a 1 viewer raid, it makes me feel like I'm trying to like, just like what's the word for it? Just like use them to make myself grow or something like that. Even though that's like not the case, I kind of feel bad about it, you know?
だからあんたは何を担当してるのかって聞いてるの。
I've heard that that's a common thought process that a couple of other like small content creators like have. It's okay on their side. I try to link anyone I know in their stream, so I'm glad I saw you. Thank you so much, Nicole. You're also like super nice.
私は天命正1504長光研究所の所長で長光という呼び名はそこから来たものなの。
Also, you have no idea how much my heart is racing right now. It really took me by surprise. It surprised me a lot.
なるほど。あんたは天命の技術スタッフなのね。それでボス頭。アインシュタイン博士に提供した情報というのは？
But yeah, it's just like I mentioned, I'm pretty like a small time streamer. I do it like after work and after I'm done like eating. So I don't really do much streaming in general. Actually, I've ended up being more of like a cheerleader for like other streamers rather than anything else. Like for example, when I join in other people's like streams and I feel confident and like start typing, I'm always just like trying to just like make them happy kind of thing.
先ほど本部のスーパーコンピューターを使って今回の異常の全次元崩壊エネルギー分布を分析したのだけど、後ほどデータをそちらにも来るわ。
Science. It's alright. I just love supporting those who I see around. I think it's fun. It's like getting to know you more personally. Kind of. Yes, exactly that. I also like love doing that. It's just like sometimes like well, you know, we're all actually. I guess I should just mention this. My job has to do with like the medical field, and I've had like a lot of like experiences with other people and stuff like that, and it's become like such a it's become very not popular, but it's become like very well known that some people can have like a lot of like trouble in certain things. And there's like I've also met a lot of people that also have problems like me, that have like some sort of like social anxiety. They fear like talking with other people and stuff like that. And well, when you don't know much about this, some people can end up being sort of like asses to like people that have like problems. And because I've seen this happen to so many people, I like to just like go to like their streams, just like talk about to them, make them feel comfortable. When I talk to them, I try to like not make things about like talking about myself over or like my day. I usually try to like ask them about their day, what did they have to eat, stuff like that, and just let them just like keep on talking. And usually that helps them. It helps chat become like more active and stuff like that. Get rid of like their anxiety. Get rid of like the feelings that they may have. Like for example, Charmy sometimes has like a very bad day, so I always try to like say like nice words over in like chat or things like that, because it's just like it's such like a thing that happens to so many people that they can feel bad mentally or psychologically. It's just like, yeah. And also thank you for the compliment for the medical field. It's just like it was a very long career. It's like 7 years it took me to finish it. I'm pretty like old, but by the point that I ended up finishing all of them, I'm just like pretty old. It was pretty hard to actually find a job as well, because the place where I'm living and the thing that I'm doing, it's just like it's a contested thing. You work with animals? You're a vet? Or something similar to a vet? I'm sorry, English is not my first language, so vet tech. Is that where are you from? I'm from I'm from Mexico. Sure, I'll let it out. But I really like your accent. Thank you. I'm also very conscious about it, so I'm really happy that you're saying all these things, because all of those things that I think about are the things that I'm sort of like very, very not confident in. Just like they make me scared to like talk and stuff. Like my English not being like very, very good. I hear your mind who comes in and tries to teach me Spanish. That's so cute. That's actually super nice. Since they're teaching you Spanish, how about you show me a little bit of what you have studied with this viewer of mine? Yeah, it's Spanish time whenever he's there. I always try to say a few things to him. What have you learned from him? I wonder if this person is corrupting you with some very, very weird Spanish words. Because, of course, this is Twitch. Usually when somebody else comes from another language, they always try to teach the streamer some very, very weird words. 私たちが支配劇場を使って実験を行ったため、この一帯の異変は支配の律者のコアの残兵によるものだと考えられるってね。They did mention this. それがオットーさんの主張だけど、知っていると思ってた。He has it to say mostly just normal conversation stuff. Did he actually teach you about it? I took Spanish for like 4 years, but I forgot most. Yes, I've heard a lot. You're from the US, right? If I remember correctly. Or I mean, at this point, anybody that's just like speaks English, I just like kind of end up picturing them from living in the US, even if they have some sort of like accent, because it's such a big country. There's like a lot of accents just going on there. Like for example, I live like right next to the border, so it's pretty much like I live. Well, it's not like pretty much like I live. I often go across the border, so it's like it's very normal for me to just like interact with people from over there. And yeah, I've heard that it's probably the same thing for us. Like the things that they teach you for Spanish over there are just like the most basic stuff, and over here the things that they teach us for English are always like the most basic stuff. So unless you go a little bit deeper into learning the language, you're not going to be able to actually be able to speak it or understand it in the proper way. Like for example, for people that go to school, on every single English class that they go to, they always teach you the verb to be on every single class when you started. It's just like you're in high school, and the first year of high school, you get taught the verb to be. You go into your second year of high school, would you look at that? It's the verb to be. Kind of like that. And sometimes they teach you like the past tense and stuff like that. It's just like it's not a. They don't teach you too much. So I'm guessing that's a little bit similar over there in the US in terms of like Spanish or like any other language.
ああ、そうね。確かにデュランダルはそういう風に教えてくれたけど。
Oh, in college.
あんたは今分析結果を使って検証するとか言ったわよね。あんたたち、オットーが何をもってそんな結論を出したか知らないの
used to be good enough to do a presentation in Spanish? That's actually super cool. Yeah, I bet at college is where you learn a lot because aren't this kind of the kind of things more of like some sort of secondary? Or like optional, actually. Optional. You weren't allowed to speak in English. That's the same thing that happened to me when I was like learning English. So we weren't allowed to speak in Spanish. We just had to speak in English because we had to like practice it. Kitty, please don't scratch me. It hurts.
それはテスラ先輩ならわかると思うけど、オットーさんの許可がない限り、私たちのような普通の職員は計画の詳細を知る権利がないのよ。
It was always a fun time because there were always those sort of like students that didn't know much of like English, so they had to like mix English and Spanish and try to send it and try to like make it sound as English as possible, and then it become like the meme of the class, the joke of the class that would just like continue using like later on. Those kind of like stories are always fun. This is the time where you're just like, I miss the school times. Although I don't really miss them that much. They were nice. They were like very nice lazy days, but other than that, there wasn't like much of a highlight in it. I wish you could have gone on a Spanish trip in college. It would have been so fun. Where would you wanted to go? Over to Spain? Mexico? Maybe the South Americas? Hi, Easy Peasy. How are you doing today?
だから疑問や不可解に思った時は自分で手がかりを検証して真相を探すしかないの。
Easy Peasy. Yep. I thought so. From your Discord server.
それならわかるわ。何しろ私もかなり前にあいつの下で働いていたからね。
Welcoming S. Welcome to the conversation. I'm here talking with Nicole about Spanish and stuff, and about traveling to a place that speaks Spanish. She hasn't mentioned where she wanted to go though.
話を戻すけど、全崩壊エネルギー分布の他に何か発見はないの？
I'd go anywhere? Really? There really isn't like a place that you wish to actually go, like some place that has like a lot of tourism. Like for example, I just want to see cool things in different cultures. That's actually super cool. That's super nice. I also kind of have like my own like dream. You know, by this time, when I was in college, I always thought like, man, when I'm reaching this like certain age, I really want to be able to like travel. And then I got hit by the by the cruel reality of the world of having to use money to to pay for all of the bills and not having enough money to actually, well, you know, travel the world. The cruel reality of the world, Paige. Despairs.
もしテスラ先輩が関連データを十分に収集したいのなら、聖537境界堂、聖1491広場、それからカスラナ街の東側をおすすめするわ。
And there's a clue from Miss Nagamitsu. Like, for example, one of the places that I really want to go to because everybody keeps talking about it is Japan. Everybody that talks about Japan, they always talk about the food that they have there. It's just like, oh my god, the food is so amazing. And, well, maybe they don't talk that much about the place being, like, clean. It's just like, oh, the culture is, like, so different. And ramen is so great. Like, or sushi. You know how over here in like the Americas, we have like such a different type of like sushi. It's like it's not the original sushi, and they always talk like, oh, it's super cool how they have like the sushi over there, where it's just like the bed of like of rice, and then they have like the main ingredient on the top of it. It's just like super different instead of having like the rolls, because apparently the rolls are supposed to be like something completely different from like normal sushi over there. Which, if I remember correctly, they use those rolls in like some sort of like celebration, but I can't remember which one it is. But yeah, it's like it's supposed to be like completely different, and the food is supposed to be like amazing, and the places for like tourism are like so unique. Like, for example, isn't there supposed to be like a cat island in like Japan where you can go and there's like a bunch of like cats, or like a fox island or something of the sort, that it's just an island where, or like an area where there's like only that type of animal. And I really, really, really want to go to one of those because I really like fluffy animals. I guess I should just say I really like cute things. And within the things that are cute, I really like things that are fluffy. Like, for example, right now, actually, I'm gonna grab it right now. There's this, I have like my cute little, oops. I have my cute little like teddy bear plush right here that I'm grabbing right now. I'm sorry, kitty! She ran away. That I'm actually hugging right now. It's a real cute teddy bear that I have, and it's like really fluffy, and I really like it. I have some plushies on my desk. What type of plushies do you have? Is your model pre-made or custom? It's so cute. It's pre-made. It's a free one. Since I only started like streaming recently, I decided to go for a free one. Well, of course, because I do want to have my own like custom model later on, but custom models are expensive. So, bunch of pink plushies. Ooh, Kirby! Have a Kirby plushie. I bet Kirby plushies are so nice to hug. I bet they're the best plushies to hug because they're round. Kitty ones. Do you perhaps have some of like the Sanrio ones that I keep hearing about? Cinnamon roll. Yeah, there you go. There, you said it. I didn't have time to complete the question before it came out. I actually got what's the word for it? I only got introduced to like the Sanrio merch recently because well, it gets shown a lot in a couple of like Vtuber communities, and I wasn't interested in them at the start, but I really like how cute they are. I really want plushies, Sanrio plushies as well. And actually, did you know that Cinnamon Roll apparently won a popularity poll from Japan not too long ago? Lovely cinnamon roll.
そういう伝統です。1491年の内戦の後、一部の建物や街区は人名や家族名から重要な年を記念する名前に変わりました。
Your game is starting, but you're still here listening. Oh, don't worry about it, Nicole. Do your best in your game. Pom Pom Purine is my favorite. Is that the dog with the little like beret kind of hat? Little like French cat that has like the little string that comes out from like the top. Yeah, the top. Yes, nice. I actually got it right. I think that one won second or third on the popularity poll. Actually, no. I think that was another dog, sort of like character. I can't remember. But yes, do not worry about having to like chat too much. I know you're playing ranked, and I know you're high ranked. So your games are probably going to be really tough, and you need all the concentration that you can get. So I'm going to give you all the best wishes so you can get all that CS, you can get through the laning phase, winning your lane, and then you can win that game with your team, and that you don't have any toxic teammates, of course. That's probably one of the most important things, that even if the game goes bad, if you don't have toxic teammates, and at the very least it doesn't feel that bad of a loss. But I still wish for a victory. No losses. Losses be gone.
それにそんな名前より C ストリートや五番街という地名の方が変わってると思わない？
Here it is, the little shit talk to the way the streets and stuff are named over in the US in America.
いいわよ。呼び方はあんたたちの自由だし。オットーアポカリプス通りよりずっとマシよ。聖537教会堂、聖1491広場。春日長井の東側。それぞれ北東、西、南東の方角なのね。
Really, Nicole, I'm really surprised. You just do non-stop League, huh? Doing it off stream, doing it on stream. You play for a lot of hours.
まずは一番近い聖1491広場に行って、その後は東の聖537教会堂、最後は聖女川対岸の桂長井に行くといいわ。
ええ、合理的なルートね。
Honor, are you perhaps... Actually, I can't remember. Did you reach your... the challenge that you were doing before? Did you actually reach the spot that you wanted to reach? English is tough. I hope you did. But are you going for something even farther beyond? Something higher? I think you were trying to get Emerald before. You're Emerald 1 and you want Diamond. You're so close, Nicole. I'm sure you'll be able to do it. You already got all the way up there. There's nothing left between Emerald 1 and Diamond now. I'm sure you'll be able to get it soon. Who knows? Maybe you'll do so well in this game that you'll actually end up skipping the entirety of Emerald 1 and getting to Diamond straight off the bat.
待ってくれ、テレサさん。その件に関して、キアナが君たちに話があるらしい。
Completely ignoring all the promotion games because you're just that good.
学園長、私たちのことを守りたい気持ちは理解できるよ。でも今、天命の普及なる刃と長光も私たちに協力してくれてるし、みんな支配の律者による混乱を早く終わらせたいんだよ。そういう状況の中、私は空の律者の力を持つ者として、もっといろんなことができると思う。
This girl right here is like the main character of the game. She has gone through so much, she has grown so much throughout like the entire character that every time that I see her just like being so different from the first character that I saw when I started the game, it makes me want to cry. It's like when you're a parent and you see like your kid all grown up and all successful and stuff like that. It's just like kind of makes you want to tear up.
だから探索チームに入らせて、学園長。
But I guess I'll be fine because I'm hugging my teddy. Sad feelings be gone.
そうすれば、みんなも任務中に臨機応変に対応できるし、私の力ももっと上手に使えるようになる。
I remember a long time ago that I also went for like a big challenge in order to try and get a very high rank for like League. But the big issue that I had was that I was, well, it was while I was studying like college. And the issue was that I was not living in like a house that I owned or like that my family owned. And the internet there was absolutely terrible. So I kept disconnecting in the games. And I only managed to get up to like Diamond 1, but because of the amount of games that I ended up disconnecting, my MMR got really low, and the amount of LP that I started earning was much lower than the ones that I lost in every game. So thank you. So it just became increasingly more and more difficult to get past Diamond 1. So I ended up kind of like stopping it because it was getting kind of depressing, like how tough it was getting. Like I win twice and I still couldn't gain enough to recoup a loss kind of thing. It was like that bad. How bad my MMR had fallen from like AFKs or disconnects that I was having from a bad internet. Which is why I'm really happy now that you know, just like being an adult and having a job kind of thing. I actually have like I went for like the best internet that my city has, which is like 8 gig down and 300 megs up, which allows me to stream, except for some reason Twitch is telling me that my bitrate is terrible and on the red for some reason, even though I haven't even dropped a single frame.
もしそれでも心配でしたら、私もキアナと一緒に行きます。ブローニャさんたちだけでも十分ハイペリオンを守れますから。
Get the whole crew out.
私たちもできるだけアインシュタイン博士とブローニャお姉ちゃんを手伝います。みんなの気持ちはわかるけど。
テレサさん、もしよかったらキアナさんを探索チームに加えてください。
うん。
以前キアナさんとは天球師と北アフリカでお会いしたことがあります。彼女が2ヶ月前に支配の律者を倒したと聞き、私は感服しました。
She has grown a lot.
できればキアナさんとはもっといい関係を築きたいと思っています。
はあ、あの人が邪魔しに来なければ他はどうにでもできると思うけど。
心配しているようなことは起きないと思うわ。です。だってデュランダルさんがいるから。
I'm thinking too much back on the old days. I kind of wanted to like try for some whatchamacallit, for some league grinding here, but it feels kind of unfair how I'm doing it with like some sort of like Smurf. Like the current account that I'm using to like play with other people is an alt account and it isn't my normal account, and I don't really want to touch my normal account for some reason. It's kind of like leaving behind my past identity to become the new me that is Kabu.
あなたという人は他は器用にできているのに口だけはバカ正直なのよね。
Here we go.
ごめんね。ちょっと意地悪を言うけど、もしオットーさんにあなたが守ってきた世界の泡を壊せって命令されたらどうするの？
Well, I definitely know this answer. She wouldn't do it.
それは率直に言いますと、そんな命令に従うはずがありません。確かに私は彼の部下ですが、私の人生の価値や使命も彼の所有物というわけではありませんから。
Nicole, I wonder, do you always go for like the grind or rank? If you do, then much respect from me to you, because to be able to actually go high on all the ranking on like every season, it takes like a lot, especially now that they have the whole what's it called, the splits, and you have to go up on the splits every single time. You're watched, Master. There's no way that you're watched, Nicole. This is your first rank grind since that you quit League for 10 months. And you're calling yourself a watched master? I watch your gameplay, Nicole. There's no way you would ever classify as washed. If anything, you would be washed because you're clean on every single play that you do. I don't know if that actually works like a compliment, but I just thought about it for a split second.
今の彼女はより自由なバルキリーよ。
言い過ぎです、長光さん。誰も自分の一方的な理由で他人の考え方を変えろというべきではありません。
Everybody has their own opinion on things, and you cannot force them to change their viewpoint for your own reasons.
だからごめんってば。今度あなたが研究所に来た時、スイーツを多めに用意するから許してちょうだい。
Give me a second. I'll do this, 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 this. There we go. Number it.
とにかくテレサさん、これからの探索では不朽なる刃は遠慮会釈もなくあなたとネゲントロピー側に協力します。
I mean, anybody that can even reach like Emerald. Emerald is supposed to be like the old diamond, if I remember correctly. That it's supposed to be like the rank that they added in order to just like sort of make the higher ranks that were supposed to be like diamond and plat a little bit like more separated. And the fact that you already reached like that point, and actually that you're gonna be reaching diamond at this moment, just like it already shows just how good you are at the game.
わかったわ。じゃあ作戦効率を上げるためにまずはキアナと合流して聖1491広場でデータを集めましょう。
And like I mentioned before, I watched you play,
残り2つの場所に移動する。
so I can confirm and say that you play good.
問題がなければ各自作業を始めましょう。
位置につきました。
A lot of yapping as usual.
この剣を来航にして。
Right, I'm gonna reach this spot, and then I'm gonna probably start getting ready to end.
行動開始。
Right. Right here. This is a great spot. Long time no see. Yes, tracking. Talk to Kiana. Alright. So, as usual, sort of like a short stream, very much compared to like the other times that I was streaming when I was jobless, especially because I put myself like a little bit of like restriction on how long I should end up like streaming, because I only stream when I try to only stream when I'm solo alone at the house and there's like no family around. Before, I used to do it because the internet wasn't good enough to be able to handle streaming as well as having other people in the house, because my mom really likes to use Netflix. And when you have only 30 megabytes per second of download, and somebody using Netflix to watch a movie at 1080p with subtitles and everything, it's well, gonna put you in quite a tough spot in terms of like connectivity. Also because there was a lot of like rain going on. It was like a small rain season when I started like streaming, so it was kind of difficult to stream for a while, because whenever it rained, it just completely destroyed my internet connection, because I had copper at the time. And then I got my job, and I was able to actually upgrade to a with an ISP that actually has fiber, so rain should no longer be an issue, as well as having high speeds enough for maybe 5 people to be using the internet and absolutely sucking the hell out of the megabytes, because I already have like a gig and have absolutely no problem, especially because I'm only using the upload. There should be no problem with like the downloads, upgrades, collection, rewards. Click. Clear chapter 26, the first visit. Mysteries. Chapter 26, mysteries, and chapter 26, the Eye of the Storm. Side missions. Huh. There's quite a bit in the game still that I don't quite understand, because this is like a new sort of type of like game mode that it has. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end up living in here. So to end up having like a conclusion from today's, I yapped too much as usual. I had a little person come over from anybody that might end up watching this like VOD, because I have a couple of people that end up watching the VODs and like YouTube and stuff. They're probably gonna be so confused, because they're probably thinking that I'm talking to my inner demons, my inner demon Nicole, because they're not able to actually watch like the chat. I don't have like the chat on my screen, so I'm playing like a lot of like games that had like stories and stuff like that. I kind of want to have like the focus on the story, so I don't have like a sort of like a chat thingy on screen, or like a follower alert and stuff like that, especially because it's not this is like more of a thing that happens on like Twitch, and I started on like YouTube, and then I went over to Twitch because I noticed that a lot of people actually end up streaming on Twitch, and I felt like I wasn't really part of like the community, or like I was not falling behind. So like I felt isolated from like all the other people that I was sort of like talking or watching. So I really wanted to just like come over to Twitch and like start streaming here. And now that I'm currently like multi-streaming into it, and I've got to like meet all of this like really nice people, and it's been like really nice. But it feels like my heart is still like more on the side of like supporting these people rather than to focus myself on like my own streaming and my own channel. But I guess that's sort of like fair. I think people can sort of like understand this like feeling of mine, because I'm not like, I think I've said this before, but it's just like, this is more like a hobby kind of thing, since I have like my full-time job. Even though my full-time job gives me like a lot of like freedom in order to like stream, it's just like the thing that I mentioned, that I only want to stream when I'm by myself in my house, because I'm not quite getting, my hobbies aren't quite getting supported by my family, I guess I could say. But that's pretty much about it. I really like this game. I played it for a very long time. I'm glad that I'm able to actually be playing it again, as well as trying out other games like Wuwa, the Awuwa. Even though I'm not really getting much progress because the streams are way too short for me to be able to get to the next part, and there's a lot of yapping in between. I really like talking. It's so much fun talking about things that I like, talking about to other people about the things that they may like. It's so nice meeting new people. But yeah, so far on the story, I didn't quite get to progress much. I finished what seemed to be a part of chapter 26, whatever that was called. What is it called? Completed. The first visit, which would make it that, and the next part is mysteries, and then I have to do Eye of the Storm. And I think that's the last one, apparently. So far, the mystery continues. We don't know what's going on. A lot of things are happening in this like area that is called Colossen. Otto is still like a big mystery. We still haven't quite found the modern Otto. We found like the old Otto, which is like very pure and kind of cute. He still has a pretty face, and I still love that man. He's a cool guy. He's still my my favorite villain. But like I said, I'm mostly just like still feel really flustered about everything. So like I can't even do my usual like outro kind of thing because of it. My heart's still beating and I'm still like probably red. Actually, I can feel myself like sweating. As a matter of fact. Once again, thank you, Nicole, for coming over. I'll definitely try to be more active in your chat, so at the very least I can return the support. You know, it's just how you came over here and said hi to me. I now have the obligation. I am contractually obligated to go over and say hi. Maybe play some games with you, and give you some wins. But what am I even saying? Giving you some wins? You're already good enough to get the wins. You can give me the wins then. You can carry me to a very good victory, an absolute crush of a victory against the enemies. Hi, Minion. Hello. You're probably coming from Nicole's like self promo, which I'm very thankful once again for you for doing that, Nicole. But I'm currently about to end. I don't stream that long on my stream days because I want to stream whenever there's like not much people in my home, and people are about to return from like work and other stuff. So I gotta I gotta do on the other things. And there's also some people that I want to like support on like their streams, including Nicole. So yeah, I finished a bit of the story of this game. This is a single player game. I am thinking of playing League later, but this later is probably gonna be like probably 6 months into the future once I'm done with this like games. There's also like a bunch of games that I want to play. I also have to set up all of the things for like League. Like all you guys have like so many things that you've done in order to be able to make like League such an enjoyable experience in terms of like the commands that you can do and stuff like that. You once again, much respect to you guys, Nicole. Here I am once again, just like getting stuck on my own words. But yes, thank you very much for coming, Minion. Easy peasy that came by and said hi. Thank you so much, Minion. I appreciate it. I like being cute. I like cute things. Like my teddy bear that's right there. I'm pointing at it, but you cannot see it. Or my kitty that's very annoying because it's really hot and she likes to sleep on my feet, and then my feet get all sweaty and it gets all annoying, and then I have to take an extra bath every night. She's just filled with like fur. It's so problematic, but she's so cute and I love my kitty. But yeah, thank you so much for coming over, and thank you so much for everything. Thank you for talking to me, and I appreciate it a lot, and I thank you so much. I'm gonna be heading out, and maybe we'll see each other once you're gonna be streaming today, right? Do you have a schedule? You do have a schedule. Wait, you do have a schedule, but it's from like what 2 weeks ago. After this game just after this my game just ended. Ah, that's nice. Then I can probably end up heading over just to change it. Yeah, it's from like the start of the month. Actually, let me see. Is it from the start of the month? What if this is from like May? I only see 7. Okay, does this month start with a 7? 7, and that's supposed to be Tuesday. Oh god, from when is this? This is from May! Nicole, it's from May! It's been so long since you've had an actual... It's actually had an actual schedule. I mean, it's fair. I don't work with a schedule. I just go ham with the streams. Whenever I feel it, I just go and do it. But yeah, once again, thank you guys so much. Much love. You have no idea how happy it makes me feel to like see you like here and you and Nicole, since I know you, since I've seen you, since I've watched you, since I lurked in your stream, just see you just like randomly randomly come in and just like say hi and stuff like that. It's just like it well it destroyed me. My nervousness is just like off the charts. My flusteredness. I'm a tomato right now. I guess that's all I can say. But thank you so much, and thank you so much for also coming and saying hi. What minion? And I guess I should start by just like ending it on the YouTube side. And